Okay. Testing 1 2 1 2. All right, y'all, we'll go live in a minute. What we got out there? All right. Let's go live, y'all. All right, y'all. We're live. How everybody doing this Sunday? Sunday. And what a Sunday it is, y'all. It's raining and it's cold and a lot of other things going on in the world. May cause difficulty, especially right in our immediate community. Tell your doctor about severe jawbone problems. Really got or thigh pain, unusual stress, the violence, the senseless gun violence, senseless acts of murder. You know, it's just gotta come up with a way. Something's gotta change. It has to change. We can't exist like this. We can't go forward anymore. I like to think that I live in a society that's, you know, has some sense of ethics, a little bit, some sense of care. But hey, I see that it's the other side of that. You know, it's not always that way. So hold on, young. We're about to bring DeAndre in. Saying live in a society that there are some people that actually have some ethical values and moral values. But I mean, hard to find these days. It seems like it's the latter, but I want to strongly believe there is, and there are people like that. Nevertheless, let's get situated a little bit. Hold on, I gotta grab something. That's what it is. See. Okay. You need the code in. It should show the stream of it. I should. But how you doing, Alan?
Oh, you talking to me?
Yeah. How are
you? I'm good.
Okay, what's going on here? We ain't live on this. On your speaker. 1 second, let's get you in. Okay, try it again. Say it again.
I said I'm doing good.
Skills, muscle aches, or cough recurrence. Had a vaccine or plan to before starting to check for infections, tuberculosis, and liver problems. Give yourself a chance to say, I'm back. Ask your dermatologist about Vincelis.
Yeah, I just hear it coming out. You see it?
No. Say that.
I don't think that one picked up the speaker. But yeah, we're gonna dive into a lot of things today. Talk about previous week, up and coming weeks, and up and coming months and year. You know. Really quickly,
What is?
you need the number?
Yeah, which one we is it Steve R1?
Yeah,
Okay. All right. And what is it?
the code.
Hmm?
Oh, 5E 70.
Small?
Yeah, also
Okay. Mm-hmm.
70
Mm.
UBZ
Mm-hmm.
Victor Horse Radar. Anyway, I was saying, actually the name I titled the show, "We Gotta Save Lives." You know, unfortunately, a young man was murdered. Just, I don't know, 20 yards from where we're at right now, and it didn't have to happen. Let's just say that. It didn't have to happen. And he was also a member of the blog.
It didn't work.
Or did um,
Not StreamYard, your password.
oh,
To get online.
oh.
Well, while we at it though, what was StreamYard? You said 5E.
70U.
5E. 7EU.
EZ Victor
V.
Horse Radar.
HR.
Yeah.
Hey, Tiny, how was your trip?
Oh man, it was wonderful.
Y'all went to Vegas or something, right?
No, we went to California.
Oh, just California. Okay.
Right.
What part of California?
Antioch. That's right outside of Oakland.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was nice.
We got family out there, or that was just a vacation?
Yeah, my son is out there.
Okay.
My son and his he got he got 5 kids. 2 of his youngest kids were there living with him, and he got 3 dogs.
What kind of dog?
He got a German Shepherd,
Right.
a pit bull, and a little thing. It looked like a poodle, but it's not a poodle. Something else. So it was nice, you know.
That's good. Yeah, I want to get me a dog.
Hmm.
I want a cane corso though.
Yeah.
I want a big dog
Okay, a killer dog.
for sure. I live in the hood.
Right,
I need to protect myself when I'm walking around.
right. But I find any dog is protection. Guys don't mess with dogs.
I know.
Uh-huh.
I know.
I
Need a
think
big one to walk with me, right beside me with no leash.
yeah. You know, I always think about the Pink Panther, where this guy asked this guy, you know, he was standing with a dog, and he asked, "Does your dog bite?" And the guy says, "No." And he stuck his hand out, and the dog bit him. He said, "I thought you said your dog don't bite." He said, "Well, that's not my dog." You know.
Oh shit!
Yeah. So that's good.
There it is. All right. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I hear you good.
All right, great. Let me see. Let me get you back to where you need to be. There you go. Now let's get a little bit more of that. Give you that much more screen, and we're gonna dive in. I titled the show today. We gotta save lives. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah. There we go. I said we gotta save lives, guys, because a young man lost his life this Friday night, Saturday morning almost. Just, doing what most people do on a Friday. Get something to eat, get off work, get yourself something to eat, and go home, And he was walking, and some guys got the jump on him. Shot him, killed him, tried to rob him. And I don't know, I know it went really bad because he ended up being the victim. And now you got a person that doesn't have a life, along with people that their lives are ruined also. For whatever reason they thought it wouldn't be, their lives are ruined because it just doesn't work out to where people are trying to get away with it like that all the time.
Their lives are ruined only if they catch them.
Well, I'm sure they are.
Yeah, I hope they do.
That I do feel strong about.
You think they're gonna catch them?
Yeah.
No, they say that 1/3 of the people who do killing don't get caught because somebody else killed them.
Was really looking for. Carissa Simic changed jobs 3 years ago. More and more companies started to offer.
Maybe they get caught, maybe they.
That's because of the, younger people, let's just say, they play the game like that. But, I see otherwise with this because, he was a working young man. He was a concealed carry from what I was told. And I want to think, I'm not 100%, that he got one of them too.
Yeah. So he had a gun.
Oh yeah, but I think that's what spooked him. When they how they always say don't make a robbery a murder. I think he thought he was gonna get the jump back on them after they got the jump on him, and it just moved too fast. Either they felt his gun or he was tugging on the gun, and trying to pull it out. I don't know. I can't say 100%. But they found his gun next to his hand. They found the food that he had just purchased, and they found his wallet out there. So that being said, something didn't go all the way right. Obviously, he lost his life. But for the idiots that did what they did, what did you really obtain?
Was that his gun they found or the robbers?
I think it was his gun, if I'm not, because that's how I don't know how they know he was concealed carry other than.
So you think they approached him as if they knew he had a gun on him?
I don't know because I think they just kind of tried to get the jump on him,
The results?
I don't think they really knew. Because if you really knew, then you gotta do a lot of preparation, don't you? You just don't spook nobody, because you know what I'm saying. If you know somebody got a gun, would you spook them, or would you get them, more? How would I say? All right, just keep it quiet, But I think they kind of came and they spooked him, you know. One of them stick 'em up type deals, you know. And that spooked him. He complied.
The song went off.
Huh? What'd you say? Oh. Oh. Uh-oh. Low battery? Yeah. It's low. It is low because I didn't get a chance to charge it like I should have. But I was saying that they spooked him. Being that they spooked him, you know, he probably complied. And then everything just went wrong after that. I don't think people that want to steal guns would approach that with the, you know, how do you put it? Hey, here I come, you know, look, I got mine out. I don't think that's the way, because if you already know somebody got it, sometimes people just get the blasting back too. Mm-hmm. You know, because they already know this is it. But I think these guys just didn't have any kind of sense of what they were doing, or not to say they haven't done it before. They just didn't. They couldn't have been going for just this gun, because they wouldn't have done it the way they did.
So they probably were in Wales and saw him pay for his food and cash a large bill. So they probably followed him through the alley.
Right, to get the money. But the thing that kind of scares me, I mean, I don't want to think that, because a lot of younger people, they don't carry cash.
Well, Wales don't take nothing but cash.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, they don't take no debit, no credit, nothing but cash.
Oh, man.
What are you guys talking about now?
A young man was killed right here yesterday. Where would it have been? Well, it's like that. What time was it? It was about 12.
It was Friday night, about 11:48.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, 12:48. I'm sorry, 12:48.
And they killed him for what? How much cash he had?
Don't know.
He was a working guy, you know, young man. Some said he was 35. I was told, because I know the landlord that the building he lives in, and his sister, the landlord's sister, told me, they said he was either 25 or 23, something like that. If I'm not mistaken. It was odd number, but it was 30.
Yeah, but why is he out? Well, why was he out that late?
Because I think he worked late. You know, just coming home, got home, wanted to buy something to eat. You know, I'm just speculating, and then walked to the local eatery. You know,
Wow.
and he had his pistol. You know, I'm gonna tell you, I think what he really did was he started looking at his phone. When he started looking at his phone, man, I think those guys, they figure they can jump on him because he's walking and looking at his phone, and I'm like, man, yeah, that phone, man, can't do that. Yeah, and then he got the phone.
Yeah, let me. So rest in peace to the guy. You know what I'm saying? You can't. You know, those type of times. It don't matter what time it was. Really, a person should be able to go out and do they want to and not get shot, robbed, killed, or whatever. And it don't even matter if he was looking at his phone, because they were looking at him anyway. They already knew we finna get him. It don't matter. He was oblivious, you know, because I remember when I got robbed, I seen the dudes before they robbed me. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't think nothing of it. You know, so then I'm like, oh man, there was them dudes across the street. Oh, I see what they was on. So, you know, when they got that in their mind that they finna get you.
Down.
Hello, Arnold.
Yeah, when they when somebody plotting on you, man, they finna get you regardless of what you're doing. And then another thing is when you getting robbed, it's best to just let it go. You know, even if they got the up on you, even if you got something, there's nothing you could do. You know what I'm saying? Like he could squeeze the trigger faster than you can go pull your gun if they already got the drop. You got to just let that go. I've been robbed twice out west, and I just let it go. I got robbed on Christmas Eve, and I got robbed at like 6, 7 in the morning, walking to my homie house on Chicago Avenue in Laverne. So, you know.
Yeah. No, I honestly, you're absolutely right. They were gonna get him whether they came up behind him or in front of him. They were gonna get him because the way I could kind of tell the situation when he got to the alley, they yelled out at him. They wasn't waiting around the alley and peeping around like, oh, here you come, here you come. They yelled out, put him up, and he did. You could tell because the bag, you couldn't see his white bag anymore. It was up in the air. So they fumbled around and and they ended up getting whatever his wallet out of him or whatever. Then I guess they stuffed that pistol on him. And when that happened, he probably said, "Man, this go for broke." And he probably fired one at him, and they fired 2 into his chest.
Wow.
Yeah. But it was none of it, somebody was saying maybe he was going after the gun. I don't think he printed. I don't think he showed up printing, because I looked at it, a few times, and he was on watch. And when he was gone, but when he came back, and he had his food, and he had bone, and he had pipe, and he had, I'm like, man, it ain't that simple. Especially when you know where you're at. So
this was by you?
Man, right here.
Okay.
It was right here. Trust me. I seen it all. And unfortunately, man,
it was at that short alley. You know that little short alley? Because I saw the evidence tech guy this morning, and they was placing those little yellow things where the bullets were and stuff.
Wow. What is that? That gyro place right there? They robbed them there?
No, they robbed them here by us.
Yeah, but I thought that was a gyro place right there.
That's what I was thinking too. I thought he was at the guy with the little place by the bus stop.
They followed him now. If I'm not mistaken, they followed him from the Whale's Fish place.
Oh.
Yeah, that's another thing. When you go to those type of places, the probability of you getting shot, robbed, and killed is high. It's bad food and it's bad energy around those places. It's just like, I got to just, gotta put that little.
Better Uber Eats or have them deliver it or something.
Man, then that's gonna be $40 for a $10 meal.
Well, plus it was like 12:48 at night, and you walking through the alley. Now that was a bad thing for him to do. Walk through that little short.
He didn't walk through the alley.
Oh, he walked on Division, and then they shot him at the alley.
They got the jump on him. They thought they was gonna get the jump, which they did, but they ain't get the jump on him. He was sleeping on it. He had his pipe with him, but he was sleeping on it. He was looking at that phone. And he had that bag. He had a big bag in his hand. So it didn't look like he was feeding just himself. And I'm like, man, you can't carry your pipe at 1 in the morning and a big bag of food and your phone. I mean, the phone might go off, but we get comfortable because we've been here. Right. Get comfortable. Right. Ain't fucked up. Can't get comfortable in your own neighborhood. But I think he went off on him because, man. How many shots you say you heard?
I heard 3.
Everybody said that. but he
Pow,
took two.
pow, pow.
But he took two to the chest.
So
So
the third shot, I don't know if it hit somebody or
it might
was
have
a
been him.
wild shot.
It might have been him busting one back. You know.
I hope he shot his, but
I think he did.
That you actually need these eggs. It's the guy.
I mean, if he shot one of those guys, he might go to the hospital around there.
I think he did. Just
He
saying.
did?
I think he did.
Oh, he did? So he got locked up?
Oh, what you say? No, they ain't got nobody yet. But you know, it is.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
But wasn't there a shooting there like a while ago at that convenience store right there on the corner?
Well, man, there's always stuff happening in the division, but the issue is for us is we've been on this block 35, 40 years, and there ain't never been a murder on this block.
Wow.
You know, and probably 20 years before that, right, Ella? So I'm just saying, it's
But it's hot up and down from Division from Cicero all the way to Austin. It is bad.
yeah, it's hot, but I mean, like I said, it usually never travels onto the block like that.
Mm.
I mean, especially this block. I mean, there's been some incidents of things over the years I can remember, but never anybody getting murdered, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to start putting like little checkpoints. We need like areas like that need like just checkpoints where you may on I think on Chicago Avenue, right across the street from on Austin, there was this little booth. This little you know what I'm talking about, Dre, what's the little booth, the little company, the little pop-up shop?
Yes, the sheriff.
They need to make that like a pop-up shop, like headquarters.
They call them pods.
Yeah, like if they could get some like, you know, some little cargo units and like, all right, this is a police station, like this is a mini police station right here, where we just, you know what I'm saying, in the hottest areas. They got to do something.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna ramp up because just to segue off and going into the same direction but a little different. The Congress just approved, or not approved, but passed a bill for the president to allow the National Guards, the military, the police, and ICE to have total autonomy to do what they want. They've been waiting on that. And they will not be prosecuted or jailed to do anything they want to people. Mosaic been waiting on that. And probably property too, right? People, property, and whatever. The second act that Congress that they just passed, I don't know if it's gonna go through the Senate, but they passed it. Was the act to deport American citizens. So whoever's an American citizen can be deported. The third act that they put out was or the bill that was passed. I think it was passed. The one where women that have different names than what's on their birth certificate, on their ID, they won't be able to vote. You got to have your birth certificate name, which, you know, most women don't do that. After they get married? Yeah, when they get married, they keep their maiden name and their married name, or they just get their married name. So you saying you got to have it's got to be, you got to match your birth certificate, or they're not going to allow you to vote. That's interesting. But, you know, that's to suppress the vote.
Wait, what you mean by they passing the bill to deport? How do you deport a citizen of the country?
You have ICE, military, police, and the National Guard.
No. There's no deporting of American citizens.
Yes,
That's not true.
Yes.
What is that?
Steve, where
Martial
did you
law?
read this at? Like, how do you deport an American? Like, I can't be deported.
Yes, you
I
can.
can be locked up. How? Where? Like, where are you deporting me from?
They will take you from wherever you are, and they will deport you to a facility. They ain't gonna just grab you unless you obviously committed a crime, or they say you committed a crime. But it's already, all the congressmen already talked about it. They were like,
No. Yeah, that's y'all spreading that. See, now that's a lie. Y'all spreading misinformation right now. That is blatant misinformation.
Well, let me ask you this: what about the guy that's already been deported and the young
That
kid?
dude, that man was he is an El Salvadorian citizen. That man was hold on, wait a minute. He was a citizen. Hold on. No, he was not American. He jumped over the border. He is a border hopper. He came here illegally. And he MS-13.
You believe that before you believe 10 congressmen just said what the Republicans did?
No. No. Two judges, they know first of all, dude was beating on his woman. They got all of those records. She had a restraining order on him. He had the MS-13 tattooed on his. MS-13 is a terrorist organization according to America. You cannot be a terrorist organization in America.
You have tattoos.
If it's an I got tattoos, and none of them are gang affiliated. I don't have not one gang affiliated tattoo.
But it's left to interpretation.
That's not up for interpretation. If you got a 6-point star on you, you are a gangster disciple. If you got that 5-point star, you almighty, all well Black Pete Stone. Let's not play no games.
How come I can't have a 6-point star and be a disciple of Judaism?
Go walk. Okay, go get the tattoo, Steve. Go get it and walk around the neighborhood. And I'm gonna show you what they gonna do to you.
Yeah, put 7-4 underneath.
Yeah. Put the 7-4 underneath too.
How come I can't have a 5-point star and be a follower of Satan?
I'm telling you, you gonna get clipped if you're in the wrong neighborhood with them stars.
It's interpretation, man. It's all interpretation. But what I ain't interpreting what almost 10 congressmen said. You ain't gonna believe what just happened.
Oh, you're telling me it's gonna be martial law everywhere.
Oh, there you go. He knows.
Tanks on the street say, "Where are you going? Where's your papers? What do you think? Nazis gonna come too?"
Yeah, but only liberals talk like that. That's not gonna happen. Like only Democrats talk like that. Like, come on.
Wait. Did he say, do I think Nazis are gonna come? We already got Nazis. What are you talking about?
Jesus Christ.
Hey, 1 minute you saying one thing, saying a guy got killed, now you're saying Nazis, and
you don't believe we got Nazis in America?
That man that shot that boy out there getting the food, that's the Nazi. That nigga, that's the Nazi right there. I ain't scared of no white people. I'm scared of Black people.
I mean, there were Nazis from World War II came over here. There are a lot of Nazis, old Nazis.
So we got Nazis. So I mean, I'm like,
from World War II time.
Yeah,
yes. Kanye. P. Diddy is Nazi.
Yeah, but again, Steve, 2 judges has found this guy guilty, and he came and let's just say he's not an MS-13. I'll give you that. He came into my country illegally, and he got to go. He got deported back to where he came from. And the president of El Salvador, was out here and said, "We keeping him." That's his citizen.
Hold on. Now I say this though. We obviously know that the government is in a different hand. So here's what came out April 30th. This is directly on the Department of Homeland Security's page.
It just says these are the facts on the individuals deported or prevented from entering the U.S. So it says on the deportation of American citizens, the media has falsely claimed that ICE is deporting U.S. citizen children of illegal aliens. This is false. In both cases, the mother made the determination to take her children with her back to Honduras. It says the Trump administration is giving parents in this country illegally the opportunity to self-deport and take control of their departure process with the potential ability to return the legal right way and come back to live the American dream.
Come on. Come on, man. There you go, Dre. Keep reading. Keep dropping them. Cause we're not finna let no lies foster, man. No.
F-bombs.
We coming with facts.
It says Garcia is not an American citizen. Who is Garcia? That's the Maryland guy, the guy that the whole thing is all about, the MS-13. So it says Garcia is not American. He is a citizen of El Salvador, has been living in the country illegally. In 2019, two different courts, an immigration court and an appellate immigration court, ruled that he was not only a member of MS-13, but that he was in our country illegally. There was a deportation order for him dating back to 2019. It says further details about his history prove that he is far from innocent. It says in 2020, his wife filed a petition for protection, citing 3 separate instances of violence. In 2021, his wife filed a restraining order due to domestic violence. In 2022, he was pulled over by a highway patrol with 8 people in a car. And despite telling officers they were coming from Houston, Texas to Maryland, there was no sign of luggage in the car. It also was said that the vehicle that he was driving was registered to someone who was convicted of human trafficking. And that person, is that the guy? It says, no, different. Yeah, this is the guy that this whole thing is basically. Well, who is this guy? I thought it was some kind of soccer player guy that they deported.
It was Steve Robinson.
No, now check on the bills that were passed.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. I was trying to. So that's actually what I was able to pull that up at. It says so the headline says House Republicans vote against blocking ICE from deporting U.S. citizens. That's the headline. It says Republicans of the U.S. House Judiciary Committee universally voted against an amendment on Wednesday that would have prevented Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, from using federal funds to detain or deport U.S. citizens. But they don't say.
No, what they mean is, so what they was talking about, and I'm glad you read that, Dre. What they were talking about is how the 14th Amendment for our citizenship was only for Black people, only for people from the diaspora, only from the people that was kissed by the sun, only us.
That ain't what he
said. Steve, you already been proven wrong. Ain't nothing I'm saying. I don't lie to my people.
That is what he
I do not lie to Black folks. That's one thing I don't do. I come with truth bombs.
It doesn't say about the 14th Amendment, but it says this vote leaves the door open for further dispute between the government and the courts over the constitutional rights of U.S. citizens, particularly under the 14th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution.
But that's what they talking about. The 14th Amendment. The 14th Amendment was only for Black people. So if you brought people from Africa, 2 African people got it on in Mississippi or the 13 colonies off on the east, then the 14th Amendment grants that child that was born from them 2 African people citizenship.
What about the other bill they passed regarding martial law?
Martial law, that's from communists.
We got Nazis here. Why not have communists? What's the difference?
I don't know. Well, we used to have communism. They were trying to groups during
we got
the
Nazis.
War.
Warner von Braun, dude, who worked for NASA. Yeah, we got Nazis. Long as you smart, we'll take you.
Yeah, they're the one that started the rockets and all that.
Yeah, Warner Von Braun.
No.
So it says Donald Trump has issued an executive order that will make it even harder to hold accountable and flirts blatantly with martial law, named strengthening and unleashing America's law enforcement to pursue criminals and protect innocent citizens. The new order purports to unleash high-impact local police forces, protect and defend law enforcement officers wrongly accused and abused by state or local officials, and surge resources to officers in need. It doesn't say, let me see. Okay. It does say, careful readers will note that this sounds an awful lot like the prelude to martial law. So let me see exactly what it is.
So my question is, why even flirt around with something like that?
So now you're moving the goal. First it was we doing martial law. Now it's why even
that's not
because he's the president, Steve. He can do what he want to do.
There's a bill that was passed that said ICE, police, National Guard and law enforcement can do what they want to your ass. And they will not be prosecuted nor jailed.
Let me see. I'm trying to find.
Yeah, that's already happening, Steve.
Huh?
That's already happening. That's been happening.
Are you good with that?
I mean, first everybody
I'm not good with it, but I'm used to it. It's been happening. Nick, like, come on, like, we had to go to trial for a dude kneeling on a person's neck. So, I'm used to it. This is the country I live in, America. I'm used to it.
Okay, here we go.
Until it's your turn. When it's your turn, it's gonna be, hey man, what you doing?
But I'm gonna bust my gun.
Nah, that's kind of hard to do with the military.
I'm like the Asian man in Tenement Square. I'm going to go against the tank.
You gonna become treads in the pavement, huh?
And in the Tenement Square.
Look, it sounds silly and easy, but it ain't silly and easy when we pass some laws. I don't even know why we waste taxpayer money passing laws. Like you said, yeah, it's been a function of, but now we got to go pass laws for it?
Yeah, but you know what though, Steve? What we got to do, we got to put the blame on our community. They wouldn't have to do this. What do you think this martial law going to be? It ain't going to be in Oak Park. It's going to be in the Austin area, the Lawndale area, the Inglewood area, because all of the people,
wouldn't have to have
community people, they allow that stuff to happen.
Look, if people weren't so lazy, they went out and wanted to be capitalists, they wouldn't have had to have slavery either, would they?
Hold on.
But it happened.
No, exactly. It happened. But what I'm saying is, hey, black people, well, how come ain't nobody rioting? How come nobody's talking about coming together to go find this dude that did that? That's why they finna put martial law up in these black neighborhoods because of stuff like that. Black people scared to speak up. Everybody, it should be a big powwow in front of your place about this situation to bring those guys to justice. But like in Meteor Man, the community is scared. What's they call? What was their name, Dre? Golden Lords. Golden Lords. This is the Golden Lords all again.
No. How do you know that's not in place?
I gotta see it. I gotta see it.
Can I say it?
I gotta see it.
Can I say something?
Yes, sir.
All right, look, during Lightfoot time, everybody wants to defund the police. Now we're gonna go turn everything around. And then everybody was calling for the National Guard anyways. Back then. Then what happened?
National Guard since George Zimmerman and everybody else before. So that don't make sense what you're saying.
The National Guard came to Chicago in the 60s.
Yeah, look what happened.
Well, everybody in a week, boom, stopped.
Yeah, but look what happened in a week. A Mac can burn in a second.
I know, but look what happened.
They didn't stop anything.
Yeah, they did. In 1 week.
Did you look? Me and DeAndre talk about Madison Street. From that point on, looked like it did. They burned. What they say? Burn Hollywood, burn. They burned Madison, burn. They burned Roosevelt, burn. They massive guys didn't do nothing but kill a bunch of people. It still went on. All I'm saying is, we looking at this the wrong way, and I guess you can justify any stupid act or any stupid thing if you stupid enough, you know. But I'm just telling you what it is. Now, if you good with it, that's you. I'm not good with a lot of this.
Yeah, no, that black community, the politicians, the people in that and all these black communities, they let the churches, all the Christian and Catholic churches, they let the black community down. So now the great white hope is going to put that iron fist on y'all. The great white hope is coming down to put his boot on y'all because y'all don't know how to control y'all people.
You know who let the black community down? You let the black community down.
No, I'm from up north. I live around white people, Steve.
Oh, the Democrat Party destroyed the neighborhood.
There you go. It was the Democrat Party.
We ain't talking about Democrat Republican. Because
yeah, we are.
We already established that that could be one and the same, or that could be opposite at one point and different and the same now. We talking about
who was running Chicago? Democrats or Republicans?
It's always been Democrats. We have not
okay.
And look at this place.
Answered your question. You just answered your question.
This place is horrible. I hate it here.
Yeah, but who been running Chicago for the longest? White people.
No, yeah. And white liberals. Yes. You're right, Steve.
I don't know.
White Democrats. White Democrats and white liberals.
When I see a white person, I can't say, oh, that's a liberal or conservative. They white.
If they don't, I'm gonna give you a hint. If you friends with them, they white liberals. If they talk to you, they white liberals. Republicans don't want nothing to do with you. That's how you know who you talking to.
And if you buck your eyes when you see white people, when you delivering your package, what they
I want me some of this American goodness, goddammit.
But on the real though, we gotta get away from all that, man. We talk about the Democrats, we talk about the Republicans. People gonna be who they are. People gonna be who they. But at the end of the day, what is real? What is real? That's what we gotta look at. What is real?
Okay, what is real? Voting Democrat. This ongoing cycle is insanity, isn't it?
No, it's called move your ass out of the city and go somewhere where you can be or whatever you want to be.
No, that is the same results. Look up insanity. If you want something better, but you vote for the same thing, that's insanity.
That's all I'm saying.
I don't see nothing wrong. That's what I'm saying.
So everybody's peaceful.
I mean, even when we had white Democrats, I'm like, okay, whatever. This is what we got. 50 years of white daily. Okay, what we gonna do? You know, I'm just saying, if I wanted something different and it ain't changing, it's time to change location.
That's insanity.
No, it's not. It's not insanity.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, no. Yeah, changing locations is good. Like, yeah, no, I agree with that.
Look at all these Republican governors we had. Look at Ryan just died the other day. He's Republican. He ran the state.
Yeah, when was the last time a Republican ran? All the Democrats, they destroyed.
Since Rip Off Rauner, which was 8 years ago.
Rip Off Rauner. What about JB? He got blind trust in a different country. He don't even pay taxes.
Yeah, JB is a Republican. Look at his quality. Look at the shit he does.
Oh.
JB.
Oh, JB, he ain't doing good. He want to push that agenda on our children.
I mean, come on. He got all the qualities of a Republican.
No, he's not. No, now he's a Republican.
Yeah, Obama
now.
did too, though. Obama did too. They say Obama was a Republican. Yeah. Hey, hold on. Wait a minute, Steve. You do know that Obama deported way more people, and no black people was talking about immigration or nothing when he sent more people than any president in history.
Definitely did. But the other thing that makes me think that Obama was more of a Republican, because who was mostly the Republican Party? White people. His mammy was white. So he could be. I think he probably was.
Oh, yeah. See? Yeah. And,
white.
I mean,
Martin Luther King was Republican too.
Yeah, and he was and he loved white women. Martin Luther King loved him some white women.
That's an era of that we already figured out how that went down. We knew what the Republicans of yesteryear was. We know what the Dixiecrats and the Democrats of today and yesteryear were. It is what it is. That's why I said we got to get away from that. Republicans and Democrats. And you know what? We done got so good at just saying it's the D's, it's the D's, it's the R's and stuff. It ain't even that. It ain't even that.
Democrats are turning progressive.
I mean, what is that?
No, you know what? You're right. Because it's the Democrats and it's the Republicans. It's both of them. See, this is why I'm not really a Republican. I'm a MAGA. I'm a MAGA. That's what I am. I'm MAGA. Like, Trump is not a Republican. That's just his title so people can vote for him. He's in his own category because don't nobody like him, the Republicans or the Democrats, because he's a disruptor. He disrupts things. You know what I'm saying? He does things totally unorthodox to any, and he's not a career politician. He's just like, I want to see America thrive, which is good.
I'm starting to believe he's a career clown because the stuff that comes out of his mouth. I'm like,
career clown.
I'm like,
I mean, what did he do? I mean, the stock market is higher than it's ever been. It's back to normal.
How many times did it crash last week? In 1 week.
It only crashed once, and then it went up 24 times.
No.
There's money. People made money, Steve.
Yeah, people made money.
Yeah, especially when you inside trading like he did.
Okay,
he told the whole country, I'm putting tariffs on April 2nd. So you had to April 2nd to pull your money out. April 2nd came in, it plunged, you took your money and you bought, and then it went back up in about a week or two.
So why did Apple? I heard Apple got inside deals going on.
Well, see, the thing with Apple is, Apple, they on some predatory stuff with they apps because they got a game called Fortnite and they charging their own tax on it. So that's why they in Apple in court right now for they shitty practices. Huh?
So you tell me the whole world is about to stop spinning in the direction it usually goes because of Fortnite?
No. You just asked me about Apple, and I explained to you what's going on with Apple. They're in court for shady app practices.
But I'm saying, why did you give them a reprieve from being, or giving them, making sure that they're exempt from this tariff? Why?
Because they're taking their factories out of China and they building them here. A lot of things are starting to come here now.
Yeah, but I'm saying, they should be hit too? They're in China.
No, they not doing nothing with China no more. You gotta, they pull it out. China, Apple has pulled it out of their factories.
Look, let me tell you something. I've worked in manufacturing. You can't uplift your whole production line and everything
Yes,
without
you can. Steve, I was in the e-commerce business. I dealt with Chinese people during COVID-19. We had to go to Indian suppliers. Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Are you telling me he has another supplier? Because if he has another supplier, that's different.
I'm saying when you're dealing with manufacturers, exactly. They can go to Taiwan, they can go to Malaysia, they can go to India, they can go to Vietnam. There are other places that does manufacturing.
Did they? That's the question.
Yes, they are.
No, did they? Not they are. I'm saying that's exactly what I'm arguing. You can't. It's not going to happen in a week. You only got what? How many more days for this bullshit unleashed? With what? This whole full tariffs? Full tariffs? I thought we already at there. Oh, so it's full. Is at full capacity right now?
No. He gave Trump gave grace to the other countries and said y'all got 90 days to come to the table and get y'all shit together. As far as China, he put 154% tariffs on them.
Yeah. So he went under the table money from them too. Then we can move forward.
I mean, China has been stealing our intellectual property. You can go buy a Rolex from China. You can go buy a fake Apple from China. So yeah, it's right to get on them.
Why did we let China get into our heads with TikTok? And then they said,
wait.
They said we're gonna get rid of TikTok. TikTok's gone on whatever day it was, a month or two ago. It's gone. No more of this. Day 24 hours went back. Oh, we know we better let TikTok back. What was that?
Biden had banned it. Trump got into office. Trump unbanned it. That's exactly what happened.
Why would you unban that? I don't understand why. A lot of money to be made.
Because the kids liked it. It was a lot of because Trump cared about American workers. There were American companies built off of TikTok. And a lot of people were scared. So Trump's like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to ban that because I'm not going to mess up y'all businesses like that.
TikTok is also a voting tool.
That's Chinese.
It don't matter if it's Chinese. We like the Chinese, but if they keep playing with us, they going to get played with.
So will there be a tariff on TikTok?
No, there's already a tariff on China. So TikTok is a Chinese product. So if you buy something off TikTok, the big boss makes sure you're going to pay them extra taxes too.
But they all got intertwined now, China. They got their lobbyists here, Steve. They got businesses traded on the NASDAQ. Chinese businesses.
And I've been following logistics and trade war since 1998.
So let me ask you this. My understanding is TikTok has a lot of people, American people's information. Is that true? It does.
Yes, it does.
So could that be counterproductive to security measures?
Yes.
Yes. Chinese spies.
But we also let them buy land right next to our military base.
Right, so it's like
wait. China has bought land that's next to some of our strategic military bases in America. Absolutely.
I mean, they could probably use TikTok as a listening device. You know?
I don't have it on my phone. I don't support any Chinese companies, so I don't.
No, but
there's no TikTok on my phone.
I mean, they could use it as a listening device, hack your phone, TikTok. Who knows how far does it go?
Yeah, not until they get they ish together.
That's my point. You just said, who knows? And being red-blooded Americans, why are we letting this bullshit go on? Where it's like, who knows? There ain't supposed to be no who knows.
Yeah, but see, that's a good question you asked. Why are we letting it happen? Trump is the only person who is standing up to China, but when he do it, he get backlash. Why he messing with China? Why he putting tariffs on China? So it's like You're damn if you do and damn if you don't.
But TikTok, out of all things, that's nothing. Why can't he just make it disappear?
He can't. Right now, they are trying to get an American company to take over TikTok. We in the deal right now. We working on acquiring TikTok. Everything you want and you expect out of the president, he's doing.
So what you're saying is we can't let TikTok go and just do our own thing later. We gotta.
No, I'm saying no. We can. We already doing our own thing, but again, we're trying to incorporate TikTok until we're trying to acquire it. We're trying to get an American company to acquire TikTok and not shut it down and hurt Americans. That's the only reason TikTok is still around, because Trump doesn't want to hurt Americans. But if China get too ignorant, then he will have to shut TikTok down. But for right now, we boo.
Man. And a lot of people.
He's a good guy. I'm telling you, Steve. He's a good guy. I mean,
that Trump doesn't want to hurt Americans.
He don't.
What constitutes an American in your mind? That's the vague part.
Can I ask you something, Steve?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, why would he become president if he's a multi-billionaire? If he doesn't care.
Excellent point. How did he become a multi-billionaire when he was in debt when he first became president the first time?
No, but he's a multi-billionaire. He starts companies up.
You know, how much the president make? Like 400? What they make about it?
$400,000 a year.
How did he, in 4 years, make billions out of $400,000?
The same way that the banks do. The banks go bankrupt all the time, Steve. These countries, all these
billions
companies go.
Because the man wasn't no billionaire when he went in. Who? Trump.
Yes, he was.
Or he was not.
There he was.
Yes, he was.
No, he was not.
Yes, my president was.
He was just dead. And I'm gonna tell you, what was crazy is his son-in-law ended up with $2 billion from the Saudis. What the fuck does that guy do?
Who?
Kushner.
You ain't making no money if you ain't in debt, Steve.
Krishna. He has a fund.
What?
He has a fund. Like a hedge. Yeah, hedge fund.
Get them just here. You're the president's son-in-law. Take these $2 billion.
Hey, nepotism. Hey, it is what it is. You feel me? Everybody got a child that benefits off of their parent.
Yeah, what happened to Hunter Biden? What about Hunter Biden? He took money too from China, Ukraine.
What happened? I don't know what happened with that.
What happened with the laptop?
What laptop?
See, Democrats forgot about everything.
Yeah, because CNN not gonna report on that. They're not gonna report on that. You know, those liberals think he got child porn on his laptop.
Wait, say it again. He had what?
He had child porn on his laptop. He got videos of him snorting cocaine.
That pays $2 billion by under the table because you're somebody's son. Why does that pay $2 billion? We talking about $2 billion. We ain't talking about no jag office out there doing dumb shit to kids.
Yeah, he said give the money to the big guy.
What? What big guy?
Biden.
You all over the place, man.
No, for real. If you look it up, they wrote books about it. They had money from China. They got a lot of billions of dollars. Hunter Biden got money from Ukraine. What about all that money?
He got
all the Democrats. Yeah.
Yes, from Ukraine. Yeah, Ukraine was giving him money. They were doing deals.
Billions. I'm trying to figure this billions out.
Everybody was taking money.
Even if it was millions, it's wrong.
The Democrats.
It's wrong. That's what I'm trying to get you to say. It's wrong.
Yeah, it's wrong that Biden's son was taking money. That's the same thing. Like like the Atlanta Falcons doing that to Shador, and that coach paid for that.
So we back to letting it be okay again because this guy that's in there now lets his son-in-law keep doing it.
Who?
Look at that war right now, Ukraine war.
Took $2 billion from the Saudis. You said it was nepotism. You said that's okay. But now you said it's wrong.
There is nothing wrong with nepotism. There is nothing wrong. If I got something and my son can benefit off of it, I'm gonna do that.
What's wrong, even if it was $2?
Huh?
No. What did you just tell me? You say it's wrong. It's wrong if you take
It was wrong for Biden to be doing Biden's son to be doing business with Ukraine, knowing that it was tension between Ukraine and Russia and America. That's what I'm saying. There is no tension in the Saudis.
Wait. Now you confuse me. Where's the tension between Russia, America, and Ukraine?
What you talking about? There's been tension since the Cold War with the USSR. So that's the tension.
Oh, okay. I thought you said with the Ukraine.
Yeah, I'm saying when I say Ukraine, I mean America and Ukraine versus Russia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
Steve.
Yep.
Hey, look how many people made money up the Ukraine war.
Who?
Democrats and Rhino Republicans, they made money off this war. BlackRock.
Yeah, but that's
a lot of politicians made money from this war.
Same shit that was with what's his name? What's the other president named? Bush. No, they all the same.
Obama was there. Remember Obama was there? They say it was the Green Man was there. He didn't do nothing.
Know who that is? Who's Green Man? Who's the Green Man?
Oh, you don't want to see them, Steve. You don't want to see the Green Man. You don't want to see them. Because once you see them, you ain't going to see nothing else no more.
Go back to the Green Man. He said Rhino Republican. Now you got
the Green Man. Remember
the Green
Obama?
Man, the men with the green eyes. You don't want to see them. Well, you don't want to see them. You won't see them.
Aliens. Yeah.
No, they're not aliens. They kind of like aliens because they're so mysterious. You're gonna look up, and you're gonna see 3 green eyes, and you're not gonna see nothing else no more.
All right, we gotta get off the topic because you really talking fantasy stuff today.
All right, okay.
Let's get back to now. We have to label the Republican Party as rhinos now. I mean,
not all. There are a lot of them are rhinos.
But why you can't just first there was teabaggers, then there was
who's a teabagger?
Huh?
No, like Liz Cheney's a rhino. Her father was a military guy, hungry for war. There's a lot of them like that in the Democrat side and Republican side. They just want war.
Rhinos? That's what they call them, rhinos? I never heard that.
Yes.
Okay, so what happened? So they used to be teabaggers, then they went to tea partiers, then they went to
teabaggers. What are you talking about?
Remember when your party was called teabaggers?
No.
Yeah, that's what they
Republican Party used to be called the Old Boys Club.
That too, but during Obama's reign, they called themselves teabaggers. Then they figured out it meant nuts on your throat.
Damn.
They was like, that don't sound too good. We got to go to partiers. So
I mean, the Democrats are like some kind of progressive socialists now. Half of them.
But I'm like, why? What is all these? Now you got this mega crap. It's like, what is going on with the Republican Party where it's just not a Republican Party? You got 59 different names in the last 5 years. What is it? I don't get it. The evolution, I guess, but I'm trying to see where it's going, other than down the toilet. Because
revolution.
evolution to the sanitation.
But hey, we gotta talk local stuff, man. We got a lot of local stuff that went on last week. Fortunately enough, we were able to do some great. Was it like Earth Day or something last week? When is Earth Day? I don't know, but we ended up planting like 10 trees over at St. Angela.
Nice.
With Mary Gardner. Yeah, Mary and quite a few other people came out. I would have called you, but I didn't think you were gonna be free. No.
Did you plant any fruit trees or no?
No. What did we plant, Ella? I forgot the name of the trees. They grow up to like 30 footers, you know.
Yeah, but you should plant some fruit trees.
Yeah, I want to get out there and plant some fruit trees in my own backyard.
I don't know if they got the show. They do the fruit tree thing. I don't know if they advise you because it may have something to do with birds or something. I don't know.
No, Chicago has a program that you could get fruit trees for free.
Oh yeah? What's the name of it?
It's under the Chicago website.
So
it costs you $8 at Home Depot.
$8 to get a fruit tree? Mm-hmm. What kind?
Yeah, raspberry.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I just seen it the other day.
How tall do they grow?
Well, no, they just you're gonna have to plant them yourself.
Yeah, but I'm saying the ultimate growth height.
Oh yeah, I don't know how high it goes.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Well, raspberries don't go that high.
No.
Because I got raspberry bushes at home.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, in the garden that I was planting at, they definitely had raspberry bushes up there too.
Yeah, because my rhubarb's growing already. My strawberries got flowers already. They're growing.
Doing neighbor space. I mean not neighbor space. Open lands, or the Austin Green Team, or I'll tell your girl over there, the lady from Harambe. Okay. She asked about you.
Which one is this?
I forgot her name. Carol?
White lady?
No, black lady. Carol? I don't know. Karen? No, I can't remember her name.
Yeah, I was just over there. Took the baby. They did pizza and open mic night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
do that.
Over there.
Mm-hmm. That's good. Everybody's trying to invest in gardens for some odd reason. Oddly enough,
healthier living.
Yeah,
give you something to do.
Give you something to do, and more so. We have a jeopardy situation with Menard Garden, which is known as Berber's Garden, which is known as Green Team's Garden. It's in jeopardy of being lost.
Oh, wow.
Because open land.
Right.
That's part of it. The bigger part is the people that were sponsoring it, open lands and neighbor space. I was told that they want to pull out because it was an environmental study done some years ago, which everybody knew, I guess. And it said that the ground yielded some oil drums or gas, something in there. I don't know. It must have been a gas station or something years ago. And no one did any remediation, which cost an extreme amount of money. And the other part of that was that they're looking to only have gardens that yield fruits and vegetables. They want to have a sustainable garden. I mean, sustainability to me means something that's appealing, something that's peaceful, something that's an oasis to an environment in which we are never, privy to. So to me, that's sustainability, having peace. And the Menard Garden has been there for over 40, 35 years. Well, let me see. Well, it's been there, probably about that long, at least. But now it's in jeopardy of being lost and sold. And I don't know what would end up there, other than having that oasis in the middle of the chaos of the city.
Mm-hmm. So why don't we bring the gardening clubs with fruits and trees at all of our parks? Was it feasible or not?
Not, because the park district would have a hissy fit. They wouldn't want you to. They wouldn't want you to have all of. They wouldn't want vegetation in a place that's not secured.
Look at Sir Park. They planted all that stuff. It cost $1 million to plant prairie land.
Thanks to your alderman.
And also Tom. No, but if you have a garden, you just need an acre, really. You could plant how many fruits and vegetables, then you could have a farmer's market at all the parks.
Yeah, but you can't. Who's going to secure it? Who's going to make sure that, parks are open for everybody? So you would have to secure it so that people can just go in there and grab it and play around with it and throw some up. Like Mo said, he come in and throw some marijuana seeds up in there.
Yeah. Because I need to get. Because you know what? A lot of us need to get into. We need to get into the industry. Why we can't be in the industry? Have us a dispensary.
Yeah, but you can't do it in the park. Put it in the park district,
Why they don't know?
Where buddy at tonight? What about talking about the weed dispensaries?
He was on. Tiny, what happened to Tiny?
Tiny.
Tiny trying to get the dispensary open?
Oh, I'm down, Tiny.
Let's go, Tiny.
I'll work the register.
Tiny, he been on top of all that kind of stuff for a while. But shoot, I had a guy that was making pipes, cannabis pipes, brass pipes. And he kept giving them like, Steve, test them out. I'm like, I can't test them out. I don't smoke. He's like, well, give them to people. I give you some, check them out. I know what you're talking about, though. Yeah, but then I start telling him, like, dude, young people don't use these, and yeah, young people don't use these. I gave it to some older cats. Which is crazy, though, because now they vape now. They vape with weed. Yeah, you can vape weed. Yeah.
Yeah, with oil.
Wow.
A lot of that stuff is not good for people now. Now they got fentanyl mixed with the vapes.
Yeah, that's why you got to go to the dispensary. You can't buy it off the streets. You buy that mess off the streets, you're going to shop.
Yeah, they sprinkle fentanyl on that weed now.
Yeah, all of this.
Fentanyl and
everything. It's moving too fast, man. It's moving too fast. But again, what were we saying about the dispensaries? Let's go back to the pipes. I was saying that older people that do smoke, they prefer having the pipes.
Well, Steve, what about that smoke shop on the corner of Division and Central? What do they do?
I didn't know that. There was one. Do you know about that? No, I'm not familiar. Anybody know?
Never been there.
Oh, yeah.
Well, a smoke shop and dispensaries is two different
entities.
Yeah, you can't. A smoke shop can't sell weed.
Well, what do they do?
They sell synthetic weed and accessories like blunts and blunt rollers, ketamine, vapes. Even though vapes is illegal to sell too.
Mm-hmm.
What's vapes? A vape? Oh, the vape.
Yeah, vapes. They're illegal to sell.
What, you can't sell them?
No.
How do people get them then?
Typically they go to the suburbs. So if you now maybe out west, but typically if you see a vape, it's either a fake vape with some unknown chemicals in it, or there's no nicotine. It's non-nicotine. But if you want to get a nicotine vape, you gotta, or like even the cigarettes, like they don't make. You can't buy menthols in Chicago. You gotta go to the suburbs to go get you some menthol, some squads.
You're joking.
And they got CBD gummies and vapes.
Wait. Let's roll this back. You can't buy menthol filtered cigarettes?
No. You buy not. They better not catch it up in that store. You cannot sell menthol squads. You gotta go to the suburbs.
What's the issue with menthol?
Because menthol is what makes it. Because when you smoking the squad and it's a menthol, it hit different, Steve. Now, when you get a square without menthol, you don't even want to smoke it. It's harsh. It's just like smoking regular tobacco paper. But when you get the menthol mixed in with it, oh man, it's just heavenly. So yeah, it's addictive. So that's why they got rid of it. No, you cannot. Somebody got their TV on in the background.
I got it.
Yeah, that stuff, Newports crystallize your lungs.
Yeah, Marlboros too.
Right,
Yeah.
that's the thing. They said that menthol was good for you. And our grandmother done menthol since she got here. So she's doing real. I didn't know that you couldn't. They stopped selling menthol in the city.
Yeah, yeah. You cannot. You buy not. No more menthol. You got to go to the suburbs. You got to go to, if you want to go get you some menthol, now you know the hood gonna have it though. You know the hood gonna have it. But but if you somewhere else like where I'm at, you no menthol. You got to go right. They got to go to Oak Park, 7-Eleven, get their menthols.
And the reason that's like that is because they want to turn people off by having them to smoke non-filtered mentholated cigarettes.
Wow.
People are selling Lucy's all the time.
Loose.
Right? 50 cents.
Yeah, but it's a loose square. They can sell menthol illegally, right?
Yeah, because you know black people like we like Newports. We don't like the white people squares, the Camels and the Marlboros we don't like those.
Wait.
Fucking stripes.
Black people's cigarettes is what's in it? Newports?
You said what?
You said the only black people smoke Newports? Oh yeah. They don't smoke. You got that 1% of black people that don't. But Newport is a black man square cigarette. That's a black man cigarette. Yeah.
They knew we was going through stuff, and they knew we had struggled too.
And what about Cool cigarettes?
Cool is all right. Cool is all right.
Right. Cool is your reluctant go-to if Newports aren't available.
Tight.
And what about County?
I'm trying to see, like, what be? All right, you know, we all black people like Canada's dry ginger ale. That's our number one ginger ale. But if it's not available, fuck it, you go with Schweppes. That's all right then.
Schweppes. I forgot about Schweppes.
Then what are they smoking like in jails now? Rolade?
Kites, Crazy Horse, Dark Horse.
And they're smoking some kind of banana peels, I hear. They're smoking bug spray now. Some weird stuff. Yeah.
Whatever you can get your hands on. So you're talking about to get high.
Yeah, they're smoking bug spray and then banana peels.
That's ridiculous what you're talking about.
I forgot to do what they got to do to get past time. Time is hard.
The black community, how does the black community shift from Cools to Newport?
Then on the block, people smoking that mint leaf.
I know, as long as I've been alive, it's been Newport. I know black people smoke Cools so much, and Newport's was secondary. You saw many people smoking Cools.
Oh yeah, no, cool. Yes, that was go look at any 90s movies. They were smoking Cools.
Yeah.
Any 90s movies, Cools.
So why did it shift? I'm still not understanding.
Because the Newports, menthols, they get rid of that stress.
Look, it's
like that get rid of that stress. When you stress and you drag a swell. And it feel, I don't know, you smoke, get you a menthol.
If you get higher, you're already high, you get higher.
Oh, that's my damn show. It says Newport is a menthol cigarette brand heavily targeted towards and popular among Black Americans especially young adults. About 42% of Black adults and 84% of young African American smokers smoke Newport. Newport's marketing strategies have historically exploited Black media and cultural groups to promote the brand. There you go, marketing.
Yeah, definitely marketing. But it's a good cigarette too, though.
Yeah. What about the mint leaf? People used to smoke those.
What?
Mint leaves.
Cigarette called mint leaf.
The PCP mint leaf.
Man, that ain't no cigarette. We talking about cigarettes. All right, y'all, what we got, man? Because we talking about cigarettes like it's, you know, I mean, it's good to know, but I don't think you should smoke any of them if you ask me. So what's going on with you, Dre? What you got? You know what? It just says it don't say. I don't know why. Cool is KOOL, right? Yep.
Yeah.
Right up, but it didn't pop up. It just says brands like Cool and Newport target the Black community with menthol cigarettes.
They killing us.
No, but people used to say there's a anchorman for Newport. Never eat something.
What?
No, there's an anchorman for Newports.
Yeah, never smoke cigarettes. Period. That's what it
No, the first one says never eat wet something.
Just put them all away. Hey, but what you got going this summer, Steve? What you gonna do? I'm getting ready. Excuse me. We're gonna start doing some smoke out. Oh, good. I'm doing game of smoke out this summer. I'll be there, but yeah, I'm like I said, I'm shifting over to business. I'm serious. I've been serious. I'm dead serious. The community stuff cool. We're gonna still do some of that, but it's about business for me, seriously. So I know right now, speaking of community stuff, May 24th, I'm doing a bike sticks clinic where I'm gonna have young people come over. It's an organization. Communities United. One of the guys called me from over there. They look at the different work. Yeah. So we're gonna do one of those. No, not with Laquan. There's another guy with them, but we're gonna do one of them at the spot. But then after that, my goal is to really start doing like I don't want to call it fireside chat because we using that too much. But basically, want to host business networking, small networking gatherings that also turn into opportunities for folks to be able to hear from people that's doing it. So, like for example, I know a cat that scaled an organization from 10 people to 150. I want to hear, have him come out. Jill, that came before the white lady. After she moved away from trying to figure out the wage gap thing, it led to her starting like a tech company that focused on wage gap. So I really want to bring her, let her tell it, because she's essentially in the startup phase. She's been started about 5 years now or so. So we want to have her come out, just connected to a Black woman that owns 3 McDonald's. Want to hear her come out to talk about that franchise experience, how do more of us get involved. So I'm really on that type time for real. I wish amongst other stuff. So that's where I'm at with it. You need to come by on the 31st. Oh yeah, I got that. The young lady. Out to me. I already put it on my calendar. About the network. It's something with business network that she's doing. Also, I'm supposed to have on a guy that's known as definitely business oriented. He is his name is Lester Blair, and his organization is Blair Capital Illinois Black Chamber of Commerce. Okay. Blair Capital. You might hear it on GCI sometimes, but he wants to come on and talk about what he does. All right. So I'm going to be promoting and letting you guys let everybody know. I'm going to try to get him out next Sunday. Come on and talk to everybody about for their capital. Speaking of, I got the number to one of the guys that is on the school board, so you can come and talk about the results of that. They passed that their contract. Right. Yeah, that's been a few months ago. Right. No, it's just last month. Yeah, a month ago. Okay. Because I heard it kind of went through and people were like, "Now you got this. Now it's passed. What's the problem? What's the hold up? What's the issue?" Yeah. That's all you were hearing. But hey, things happen. Whatever. What else you got going? Other than, like I said, looking at doing a bunch of smokeouts coming up. We're going to be trying to figure out the direction of the garden, try to keep the garden sustainable and in my mind as an oasis in the middle of our community.
Steve, a lady was saying that they could not make that garden into a vegetable garden or anything like that because there was toxic stuff underground.
Right. We spoke of that. But you can still keep it as a oasis with plants and flowers and trees, all of that.
Yeah.
And you put up wood on top of that. That wood turns in the dirt, and then you could plant it there.
You say put wood?
Yeah, they got wood chops. They got like dirt with wood chops in it.
Right. That's what it is. They call it raised beds.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Cause I want to do, how do you even get a survey of your land to see if the ground is good? Because I want to plant outside in my dirt, but at the same time, I'm a little hesitant. So I was probably going to do a raised bed at the crib too. No, you can do it because one thing that you don't have to worry about is you know for sure that there weren't any environmental.
It's been 100 years.
Yeah, these properties, you guys there, right? We getting ready to close out, y'all, anyway. But Tiny.
Yes, sir.
Where you go? I want to let you know we're gonna have Lester Blair on probably next week.
Okay, that'll be good.
And he's gonna come and talk about what he does. So we're gonna go ahead and go around the room. You guys don't mind.
He's very knowledgeable. Right. Before you go, I wanted to ask
Alan. Who's Alan? Go ahead.
Can I
Alan,
ask a question?
You got anything you'd like to
have you guys heard about this this
I gotta
guy?
turn it up, Tiny.
He
I'm
ran
sorry.
over this deputy sheriff and killed him.
Say it again, Tiny. Say Ella.
Go ahead. What say Ella?
I don't hear.
I didn't say anything.
Just hit one. You probably got the room. You can't have the room.
Oh, okay. I got the room. Okay, I got you. Can't have the room. I'm gonna turn that one off. Okay, yeah. There you go. All right. So yeah, we're just going around the room. I gotta do the Zoom because that one off over there.
I can say that's the other thing. You could actually mute my mic.
Okay, got you. So go ahead, Ella. You about to say something?
No, I wasn't gonna say anything except it was enjoyable meeting, all the different topics and everything kept it lively. That's it.
So they didn't want to tell the truth about the bills that were passed.
Yeah. And I hope they catch the boys that killed that young man.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I think they will.
I truly hope so.
Yeah. All right, Arnold, you got anything? Walter? In conclusion, Alan, that's Tiny. Tiny said you said something already, right, Tiny?
Well, I tried to say something about this guy whose son was shot in the back by the police, and he ran over a deputy.
Yeah.
He ran over what?
A deputy sheriff.
Where was this at?
I forget where it was at. It wasn't in Chicago,
Wow.
but
Yeah, this happened. Yeah. It just
yeah,
happened recently. Yeah, he so ran him down. Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, man. Goddamn.
It's crazy.
it's crazy. Well, but as usual, I just want to say, I'm grateful to be around like-minded people. Let's keep up the.
Absolutely. Like I said, we're gonna probably have Lester Blair on next week, talk about what he's doing and
Mhm.
financial situation, how we work our way, especially through the next, because we don't know what these tariffs really gonna do. We don't know. We don't know if people tell me your Walmart shelves are starting to get empty.
Yeah.
Walmart shoppers, but hey, que será?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, stock up.
Yeah, we don't want to create no panic. We don't want to create a panic. I mean, it might be healthy for people to stop eating. Might be a reset point,
That's all it
Yeah.
is.
Arnold, you got anything? Guess not. All right, then what you got? I just want to say thank everybody for coming out. Unfortunately, a young person lost his life right here, right by our home base, and we don't, we don't want anything like that to ever happen again. And condolences out to the family and friends and neighbors and relatives of the deceased. Unfortunately, I don't have his name, but again. All right,
That's it,
D.
man. What I was gonna say, if y'all haven't talked with Miss Jacobs or Howard, you should talk with them in terms of this policing strategy that they're coming up with. We also was able to sit in front of the other district counselors to, hear out this idea, and some of the counselors are willing to share it to the commission and make it because obviously, as you know, with our roles, we share ideas with the commission that can ultimately become ordinance or general orders for the police. And so, if y'all want to see a different policing strategy, it's really incumbent on the community to be involved and hear them out and sign on. You know what I mean? If that's something y'all interested in. The other thing is we plan to do a Know Your Rights, actually, focusing on FOIA, Freedom of Information Act, and teaching people what that is so that they know how to search that up and go find any information that they may be wanting to find. And we're going to do that at the Reuter Center. And my goal is to do it in June. It'll probably be the beginning. So I'll keep you posted on that. We just want to make sure we finalize it first. But yeah, so y'all should come out to that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So, like I like to say in closing, they ain't want to give us a seat at the table, so we have to make our own. We just trying to we got plenty of open seats. We just trying to welcome y'all home. Thank y'all for allowing us to welcome you to Northwest Austin Council.
All right, y'all.
Good night.
Good night.
Yeah. Good. God bless everybody.
Thank you. Good night.
Night, y'all.